Impact this week kicks off with another Johnny Impact classic because you just can't have enough of Johnny Impact putting on fantastic wrestling matches for the television title. 79 this week against Brian Kendrick, and Impact retains the championship. He puts in an 80. Kendrick upped. Kendrick was better than London, so he put in a 57. So Impact didn't need to go to an 83, but still an 80 because he's Johnny Impact. 79. Great start to the show. Great match and a great start to the show. Afterwards, Impact is interrupted by Jeff Hardy for a 67 rate segment, a little bit low. Jeff Hardy comes out and basically challenges Johnny Impact for the TV title. Impact says no. So Jeff Hardy does the traditional wrestling babyface thing of goading him, calling him a coward, knows he can't beat him, goading him into a match, but not just any match at the pay-per-view. Jeff Hardy wants a ladder match. That's right. That's where we go. And Impact, in his anger, does agree. It's Impact versus Hardy for the TV title in a ladder match at Victory Road. If Impact retains the title in the next few weeks, of course. Kevin Nash got a promo on Sharkboy for 43, saying that he will make sure Sharkboy is convinced to take the match. The Pope cuts a promo on Matt Morgan for 60. He says that tonight Matt Morgan shouldn't even be in this match. But it's easy. It's easy to beat, isn't it? Matt Morgan and the Pope will walk away from Victory Road as the established champion. 60 for an okay promo. 68 for the match here. Not quite as good as I was hoping it would be, but Sting defeats Rhino. It's Sting, and he gets a win over submission. Gets a submission win even over Rhino with a Scorpion Deathlock. Sting 63 is a little low, but he has took a loss on the popularity because of getting pinned in the 6-man, so that's okay. Rhino 60, 68 is fine. Sting is attacked post-match though by Dishonored, who come out, who weren't on the show last week. They got a huge win at the pay-per-view and they didn't get an opportunity last week. They're taking an opportunity this week. Sting took a loss at the pay-per-view, but still he's granted this opportunity. So they beat him down, low-key screaming in his face, "Why won't you go away?" We're not going to say die. We're going to be a bit PG here. 49. Okay, we went to the establishment where Bobby Lashley is here. He's arrived at the arena. He's gone straight in to the establishment's office and he's here to talk about the TNA World Championship. He wants in the match tonight. He wants in the number one contendership. He wants to make it a fatal four-way. But Hulk Hogan says no. Hogan says this is the Pope's time, and Lashley has to accept that. Lashley walks out in a fit of rage, just straight out in a fit of rage. Well, I mean, it was bad timing for Alex Shelley and Eric Young, because Lashley does walk out in a fit of rage, straight to the ring. Shelley versus Young starts, but it ends in a double count out. No contest really. Bobby Lashley attacks them both and lays them out for a 47. Okay, afterwards he's still beating them down when Eric Bischoff comes on the stage and he says to Bobby Lashley, "Go home and cool off." Lashley completely ignores him, continues to beat them down, and Bischoff says, "I'm not asking, I'm telling you." And out come security to escort Bobby Lashley to the back. We don't do Lashley taking out the security here, but we're planting that idea here to use later. 68 for a pretty good segment. Kurt Angle cut a promo on AJ Styles for 73. He says AJ, his time is up at the pay-per-view. This is a hurdle for Kurt Angle to jump over, and tonight he jumps over it and he gets to the pay-per-view, and Kurt Angle gets back to being what he is best at, a champion. 73, good promo. Samoa Joe cut a promo on Austin Aries for 68. He says he's seen Austin Aries. He knows who Austin Aries is. He sees what Austin Aries can do in this ring, and let me tell you something. I'm not impressed, Samoa Joe says. He's not impressed with Austin Aries. Aries is not going to take that kindly. Samoa Joe is in action next against Daniels, which gets us a 73. Good match here. Samoa Joe gets the win with a Coquina clutch after botched interference by Austin Aries. Basically, Aries comes out to distract Samoa Joe, but it doesn't work. Joe doesn't even acknowledge him here, and the Coquina clutch for the win. Joe put in an 84, by the way. Oh, Bon appetit, mate. Bon appetit on that. Daniels with a 56. Samoa Joe has nailed it. After the match, Aries, furious at being ignored, furious about the comments, gets in Samoa Joe's face, which is a mistake, let's be honest. Austin Aries gets laid out with another coquina clutch. Samoa Joe laid him out twice now. Twice. Mr. Anderson cut a promo on Pac. He says last week was a fluke. Pac cannot beat Mr. Anderson again. Will not happen. And you know what? I can prove it. If Pac has the balls to meet me in the ring right now. So Pac does make his way to the ring. When he's attacked from behind during the entrance by Mr. Anderson, it was an experienced ploy from Anderson to get Pac into a dangerous position and then take full advantage to beat him down. Mic check on the stage. Pac showing a bit of inexperience. Anderson showing that the loss has really got to him. Kevin Nash and Sharkboy had their segment in the ring. Then Nash calls out Sharkboy and tries to convince him to take the match, to be the man that could potentially retire Kevin Nash. And Sharkboy says no. He will not be that man. He will not be that man because Kevin Nash doesn't need to go. It's as simple as that. He doesn't need to go. And Nash says, you know what? Fine. I get it. You don't want to take me on because your first win was a fluke and you will not do it again. But you've got this wave of momentum. And what are you doing? Doing exactly what I thought you would do, which is why I didn't want to tag with you. You are bottling it. Fine. You don't want to be the guy? You don't deserve to be the guy. Kevin Nash walks out on Sharkboy. Maybe a hint, a reverse psychology here. Right. Knockout segment for the week on Impact. Eric Bischoff is in his office when he's approached by Angelina Love, the champion. They're talking about what they could do with the Knockouts Championship when in come the beautiful people. A bit of catty remarks from Rain, Von Erich and Sky. No brawl because they're being on their best behaviour in front of Eric Bischoff. It basically ends up with Bischoff saying, you know what, ladies, let's settle these differences. We'll settle it on Thursday. On Explosion, nearly. Explosion will see a tag team match. Two of you against Angelina Love and a partner of your choosing, Angelina Love. You've got 24 hours to pick a partner. See what you got. That's going to happen on Explosion. So let's see what happens there. Right, so matches for next week then. We're going to be seeing Sharkboy get an opportunity at the television title. Johnny Impact versus Sharkboy next week on Impact. We're also going to see a 6-man tag. It is Dishonored against Abyss and the American Wolves. Should be a good wrestling match there. And in the main event, Styles and Jeff Hardy will be teaming together. AJ Styles and Jeff Hardy against the Pope and Mr. Anderson's Salvation. That should be a good main event as well. So, yeah, pretty pleased with all of that. Okay, Matt Morgan cut a promo on the Pope saying that whatever he said earlier doesn't matter because the Pope doesn't matter. Because all that matters is that tonight, Matt Morgan, he seals his destiny. He lives up to his potential. He gets his opportunity. And at Victory Road, Matt Morgan proves that he can be champion. 62 for a pretty good promo, actually, from Matt Morgan. Off script, did well. 2 matches left, but before that, let's do the Town Hall segment. That's right. The Tag Team Champions, Beer Money, host a Town Hall segment to discuss the state of the tag team division. They talk about how they've gone through everyone. They've beaten everyone. They haven't. But they go through the fact that they're the best tag team and no one can stand up to them. When one team does, Lethal Consequences stand up to Beer Money and spark a giant brawl between everyone that's there, more than we could say. Lethal Consequences step up, attack the champs, leading to a giant brawl, which won't go down well for the established tag team champions, Beer Money. You'll notice there, your new heroes, a new name for Eddie Kingston and Kenta. We will build on that on Explosion. That's going to be the name of the new stable, Your New Heroes. I like it. The game came up with it, and I like it. Okay, penultimate match of the night. AJ Styles was in action against Eddie Kingston for a 67. We wanted to protect Eddie Kingston a bit here. AJ still put in an 80, by the way, but Eddie Kingston put in a 45. And we're actually going to handle the changes, as in change his gimmick up a little bit now from a gangster to an arrogant heel, which will help. An adequate, great. Yeah, we wanted to protect Eddie Kingston here because he potentially could be being pushed going forward. But the idea is here is a lower mid-card heel throwing everything at a champ, nearly getting the job done, but not quite because it's AJ Styles. Styles wins with a spiral tap. Styles is sticking around though. He says he's sticking around for the main event. He'll be on commentary. It is Kurt Angle, Matt Morgan and the Pope who is going to Victory Road. Kurt Angle is going to Victory Road. Kurt Angle submits Matt Morgan with the ankle lock, carried the match. 75 for a good main event. 83 from Kurt, 65 from the Pope, 60 from Matt Morgan. Kurt Angle has sealed his shot. And we have a stare down to end between Angle and AJ with the title being held high for a 71 at the pay-per-view at Victory Road in the main event for the world title. It'll be AJ Styles versus Kurt Angle. Oh, I'm excited. I am so excited. The match and the show then gets us 69. That's harsh. 75 rated main event. 73 there with Joe and Daniels. Oh, I think that's really harsh. That 47 match maybe carried. That's really harsh. Absolutely not. That's ridiculous. Okay, we start Explosion with a disclaimer. When I threw these 2 weeks of bookings together, I hadn't realised, this is my lack of prior TNA knowledge, that the Motor City Machine Guns were not former tag team champions. For in my head they were, but it turns out they won the titles in July 2010, which is where we are in game, so they're technically not former champions. So we'll ignore I said that. What we will actually say is that they wanted to prove themselves against established tag teams. That's where Motor City Machine Guns come in to answer the open challenge. And what a win for the Kingslayers. Tyler Black pinning Chris Sabin with the level up. Tyler Black outperformed the lot of them. 58 from him, 52 from Cesaro, Claudio Castagnoli. Of course, 57. Good stuff. Another good win for the Kingslayers. There is a point to who they'll be facing going forward. There is a point to it. Sharkboy got a promo on Kevin Nash for 57, saying he doesn't understand why it has to be this way. Why Kevin Nash has to retire. Why he has to be upset about the fact that he lost at Slammiversary. Why is that embarrassing? Sharkboy just doesn't understand any of it. And he's starting to show a little bit of frustration with Kevin Nash, which was probably what Kevin Nash was looking for. Right, we did the explanation for your new heroes. That's Desmond Wolfe, Kenta and Eddie Kingston. Kenta and Eddie Kingston have disbanded the flock. Raven and Dr. Stevie are out of the company. Desmond Wolfe has taken them on. And it's revealed here that Desmond Wolfe and Eddie Kingston are good friends. They've been friends for a long time. And they realise something. They've realised that neither of them are at the best of their capability. And then there's a guy like Kenta, who is an absolute killer. He is a world beater, but he's been held back by the flock. So the three of them have decided to come together to unleash their potential, to show what they can do, to win championships and win the hearts of the people. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at your new heroes. That's the name of the stable. The game came up with it, and I love it. Your new heroes. It's going to be a theme they keep drilling in. That they are the people's new heroes. We'll see. Okay, Awesome Kong squashed Sarita in 38 for 38 in 4 minutes even. Awesome Kong smashes Sarita. There's a change to be made here. Ignore that. That wasn't meant to be there. Yeah, Awesome Kong smashes Sarita. Austin Aries cut a promo on Samoa Joe for 74. What a promo from Austin Aries. He says he's offended by what Joe has said. He's offended by Joe's recent actions. But tonight, Samoa Joe will eat his words. Good promo from Aries. Really good promo. Samoa Joe backs that up with a 70 rated promo going back at him. He says that Austin Aries needs to be very careful of what he does. Austin Aries needs to be very careful about what enemies he makes. Especially if he wants to keep that X Division Championship. The first time the title's mentioned, Samoa Joe might just be about to go after it. That would be nice. Right, next week then, Lethal Consequences versus the American Wolves on Explosion. We're also going to see Mr. Anderson versus El Generico. And how's about this? Alex Shelley cuts a promo. Oh, he doesn't. I forgot. We slotted this one in here. We did the tag match. Tara is Angelina Love's mystery partner, and Tara gets the win over Velvet Sky with the Widow's Peak for a 58. Good match from the Knockout division again. Eye candy match again, but it was good. Velvet Sky the weakest a lot of the 49. Madison Rain and Angeline Love put in with a 57. Really good performances from them. Tara 52. Pretty good stuff. Okay, Alex Shelley cut a promo on Bobby Lashley for 55. He says Lashley's attack on Monday on Impact was uncalled for. It was out of order. And this week on Impact, the week coming up, Alex Shelley challenges Bobby Lashley. And we're going to see Lashley versus Shelley on Impact. Right, we are at main event time. And it's Aries and not Christopher Daniels. Because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Christopher Daniels turned up to this show drunk and couldn't perform. So I've suspended him for a month. He's pissed everyone off. I don't care. He was meant to be part of this match. He was meant to be Austin Aries' partner. Didn't happen. It was originally also meant to be Pac that was partnering Joe, but of course the injury he suffered has put that away too. So it's now Austin Aries and Rhino against Samoa Joe and El Generico in the main event, and he gets us a 69. Hot number and a hot match here. Austin Aries and Rhino get the win. Samoa Joe on the losing side. That's a surprise for some. Austin Aries pins El Generico after using a foreign object. In terms of in-ring work, Samoa Joe's head and shoulders above the rest was 74. Carried this one. And Austin Aries gets a win. And a win that he will brag about because as far as he's concerned, he's beaten Samoa Joe. After using the foreign object and getting the pin, Austin Aries was out there very quickly, leaving poor Rhino to get beaten up by Samoa Joe with Austin Aries watching on for a 67. That gives us a 61 rated explosion. The best explosion we've ever done, by the way. We checked it up. We wanted to hit the 60s. We've done just that. Bish bash bosh. Thank you very much. Impact screwed me, but explosion, you know what? It's nice. I'll take it.